Have you ever wondered what may be happening to your body silently without you realizing it? There are small changes that seem harmless, but over time, they can completely transform the way you feel in everyday life. And when it comes to male health, there is something that almost no one speaks openly, but it has a direct impact on your well-being, your energy, and even your trust. What you do in private may be shaping your health in ways you never imagined, and most people only realize when it's too late. If you have felt that something in your body is no longer like before, if you have already noticed changes in your disposal, your vitality, or even the way you sleep, you can be sure it is not a thing in your head. Small daily choices may be affecting your health in a way no one told you. And one of the factors that most influence this is precisely something that many ignore: the prostate, a small gland that has a giant role in your health. You may not even think about it now, but what is happening inside your body may be dictating how you will feel tomorrow. Many men begin to realize that certain functions are no longer the same over time. You may have already noticed any change, even subtle. A strange pressure in the bladder, a more frequent desire to go to the bathroom, a discomfort that did not exist before. Can it be a passing thing? It can. But what if it's a warning? What if it's your body asking for help before the problem gets worse? Unfortunately, most only realize when they are already facing complications, when simple discomfort becomes much bigger. The good news is that there are ways to avoid this. Small habits can be the key to keeping this part of your body working as best as possible. The point is that almost no one talks about it, and many only seek help when symptoms can no longer be ignored. But if you could prevent problems before they arose, what if there was a simple way to ensure that your health was not committed to the passing of time? Masturbation. This word can cause strangeness to some, but what few know is that this practice has a direct impact on prostate health. This is not about taboos or opinions. It is about science. Your body is designed to function in a certain way, and when certain natural processes are interrupted or ignored, the consequences can be serious. What happens when you leave your prostate without activity for long periods? Fluid accumulation can lead to problems that go far beyond discomfort. It may mean inflammation, it may mean difficulty to urinate, can mean an increased risk of more serious diseases. Now imagine a vital organ of your body that needs to stay active to function well, but for lack of knowledge is set aside until problems appear. It looks absurd, isn't it? But that is exactly what happens to most men. The prostate needs stimulus to avoid complications. It needs to be kept active to avoid congestion and inflammation. And the most natural way to guarantee this, it is in what many ignore. Declare, "I have faith," if you believe that your body's health deserves attention before it's too late. The problem is that misinformation causes many to neglect something so essential. And when the first signs appear, it can be too late. Have you ever felt tired for no reason? Have you noticed changes in your energy? What only seems to be a sign of age can have much more to do with your prostate than you might think. It not only influences its urinary function, but can also affect your testosterone levels, your mood, and even your willingness to daily activities. What if I told you that keeping the prostate healthy can be simpler than it sounds, that a small adjustment in your routine can make all the difference? It's not just about preventing future problems, but ensuring that you keep feeling your best version. To this end, understanding how your body works is essential. Knowing what to maintain and what to avoid can be the watershed between a life full of energy and years facing difficulties that could have been avoided. What happens when the prostate begins to give warning signs and no one pays attention? Symptoms may be subtle at first, but over time they become impossible to ignore. The discomfort intensifies, sleep quality is affected, and even self-esteem can be impacted. Men who previously felt confident begin to perceive limitations, and this has a domino effect in various areas of life. But none of this needs to be inevitable. Right? I have hope if you believe small changes can transform your health and well-being. The truth is that many of the prostate-related problems could be avoided. And here is something that few know. The frequency of ejaculation plays an essential role in it. Keeping a healthy routine in this regard can help reduce inflammation, improve circulation in the pelvic region, and even decrease the risk of developing serious problems in the future. But contrary to popular belief, it does not mean exaggeration. Balance is the key. The human body is a complex machine, and each system influences the other. When the prostate is healthy, the whole body feels the benefits. Energy, vitality, and even a general sense of well-being can be directly linked to the way this gland is working. You may not realize now, but small changes in your lifestyle can ensure that your quality of life remains high for many years. And it is not just about avoiding disease. Prostate health is directly related to your trust, how you feel in everyday life. When this body part is in balance, everything seems to flow better. Your disposition improves, your self-esteem grows, and even your social interactions can become lighter and more natural. But for that, it takes knowledge. Let I trust God if you believe that taking care of your body is also a form of gratitude for the life you have received. The question is, will you expect problems to appear to take action, or will act now to ensure that your health continues in the best possible condition? The choice is yours. What you do today determines what your tomorrow will look like. And if you have gotten here, it is already one step ahead of many who still ignore these silent signs. Now tell me, have you noticed any change in your body you ignored by thinking it was normal? Any symptoms that looked small but is becoming increasingly evident? Share in the comments. I want to know your experience. What if I told you that there is something silent happening inside your body right now? Can something that, if ignored, can completely change the way you live the coming years? The truth is that many people only realize that there is something wrong when symptoms are already unbearable. But what few know is that the body always gives signs, small alerts that many ignore, thinking it is just tiredness. That is part of aging, which is just a phase. But what if it is not? What if this is a warning that something bigger is happening? If you have already felt strange discomfort in the bladder region, if you have woken up more often at night to go to the bathroom, you realize that your energy is no longer the same. It can be a sign that your prostate is asking for help. The problem: most people only realize when it's too late. Now imagine waking up one day and realizing that something is different. The discomfort that was once a passenger now does not leave you alone. Going to the bathroom becomes a problem. You feel something is wrong, but you don't know exactly what. So you ignore. One day, a week, a month, and suddenly what was just a nuisance turns into something much bigger. Doctors call it silent signs, small changes that seem harmless, but that may be the beginning of something serious. And the worst? A lot of people only find out when they already have a diagnosis that changes everything. The prostate is a small organ, but it can have a giant impact on your life. Now, I ask you, are you sure you are taking care of her the right way? The fact is that when the prostate begins to give signs that something is not right, it may already be in an advanced state of inflammation or abnormal growth. And this can lead to problems ranging from constant discomfort to a real risk of life. Are you willing to pay to see? Many people think that taking care of the prostate means only to perform routine exams, but there is a silent factor that almost no one speaks and can make all the difference in your health: the frequency of your ejaculation. Yes, you read right. Your body is made to function in a specific way, and when you stop stimulating the prostate regularly, it is allowing it to accumulate secretions that can lead to inflammation, infections, and even more serious problems. What happens when you don't release these fluids? Prostate congestion may lead to the abnormal growth of this gland, bringing pain, difficulties to urinate, and, in more extreme cases, an increased risk of serious diseases. Now think about it. Have you spent a long time without this activity and felt strange discomfort in the pelvic region? Any different pressure? Sensation of weight? This can be a warning of your body. And here is a reality shock. Men who regularly ejaculate can significantly reduce the risk of developing prostate disease. Scientific studies have already proven that releasing this fluid helps eliminate harmful substances that could accumulate and cause serious problems. So I ask you again, are you doing this the right way? Because it is not just pleasure or desire. It is your health, your future, of your quality of life. What you choose to do today can determine how you will be in the coming years. What's more, masturbation is not just an exhaust valve. It is a powerful tool of self-knowledge. Have you ever stopped to realize how your body responds to different stimuli? How can certain changes indicate problems even before exams show? Now, if you think you can simply ignore it and hope nothing happens, think again. What is at stake here is not just comfort. It's your life, your freedom, your dignity. Don't wait. Send to 3 WhatsApp contacts and write Amen. Today, God will open the right doors for you. And if you think this is an exaggeration, see, prostate problems can steal your energy, affect your disposition, destroy your trust. Many men who go through this begin to feel insecure, irritated, depressed, and that affects all areas of life. Your mood changes, your patience decreases, your relationships suffer. And all this because something that could have been avoided was ignored. And you know which is the worst, the regret. The day you realize that you could have done something before, but now it's too late, that a small adjustment was enough in the routine to avoid months or years of suffering. So the question that remains is, what are you going to do now? Will you keep ignoring the signs? Will you expect the problem to get worse? Or will you start acting to ensure that your health is in the best possible state? The choice is yours. If you have gotten here, it is already one step ahead of the majority. You already know that there are ways to prevent problems before they happen. But knowing is not enough. It is necessary to act. Right? I have hope if you believe that taking action can now change your future. And if you are wondering where to start, the answer is simple. Prioritize your health. Do regular exams. Understand the signs of your body. Keep healthy habits. And above all, do not ignore what can save your life. The biggest mistake people make is to think they are immune, that this will never happen to them. But I tell you, the numbers don't lie. Each year, thousands of men discover problems in the prostate too late. No more in this statistic. And I go further. If you have a friend, a brother, a father, or a grandfather who still doesn't understand the importance of it, share this knowledge. Make this message reach more people, because taking care of health is not just an act of self-esteem. It is a commitment to those you love. Now tell me, will you ignore this information or use it to transform your life? The decision is in your hands. If you feel that this content has made sense to you, leave it in the comments. I trust God. I want to know how many people are willing to take care of their own health and make choices that really matter. And if you want to keep learning more about how to keep your health up to date, stay with me until the end. There's much more valuable information coming around. Information that can save your life. Have you ever imagined waking up in the middle of the night with a strange pain in the lower abdomen, an uncomfortable pressure that doesn't leave you alone? You get up, go to the bathroom, try to urinate, but something is different. The flow is no longer as before. You feel weird discomfort, and then something that was once just a detail begins to become a real concern. The problem? Most people ignore these first signs, and when you realize that something is wrong, it can be too late. Do you want to take that risk? Want to wait until your quality of life is completely affected? Now think to me. How many men do you know who have already faced serious prostate problems? How many have undergone surgeries, invasive treatments, constant pain? This does not happen overnight. This is the result of years of carelessness, negligence, thinking that this will never happen to me. But it happens, and when it happens, the impact is devastating. The prostate is a small organ, but it can completely transform the way you live. Have you ever wondered why so many men over 50 start having difficulty sleeping? Why do you need to wake up several times at night to go to the bathroom? This is not just aging, this is a warning sign. And the question is, are you listening to your body or ignoring the signs? Many think they just have to worry about the prostate when they are 60, 70 years old. But what if I told you that the problem can start long before? What wrong habits, deregulated diet, stress, and lack of physical activity can accelerate this process? Worse, that ignoring all this can lead to irreversible complications. Now answer me. You prefer to prevent or treat? Because when the time comes of treatment, he is often aggressive, painful, and completely changes man's life. But prevention is within your reach now, and I know what you might be thinking. But how can I avoid these problems? The answer is simple, but ignored by many. Keep your prostate active and functioning in the right way. Science has proven men who regularly ejaculate have a significant risk of developing prostate disease. This is because the ejaculation process helps to clean toxins and waste that, when accumulated, can lead to inflammation and even more serious problems. But there is a big mistake that many make. Exaggerated frequency or total inactivity can damage instead of helping. The secret is imbalance. Your body needs to function in harmony. You need to understand the signs, know when something is unusual, and act before it is late. Now imagine a future where you can no longer do simple, everyday things without discomfort, where to go to the bathroom becomes a challenge, where you lose confidence, you feel that your energy has disappeared and your disposition is no longer the same. Has it ever happened to someone you know? Do you think this can never happen to you? Let I trust God if you believe your health deserves priority now, before it's too late. And the scariest, many only realize the size of the problem when they already need invasive treatments, when they need surgeries, when your routine will never be the same. And here is a fact that few know. prostate problems not only affect the physical part, but also your mind. Many men report symptoms of depression, anxiety, and even loss of self-esteem when they begin to face difficulties with the prostate. Because it's not just a health problem. It's a problem that changes the way you feel, how you see yourself, and how you live. Now you have two choices. Ignore it all and hope it never happens to you, or act now and ensure that your health continues in the best possible condition. What will you choose? And if you think just wait for routine exams, here's another truth. The exams don't always show the first signs of the problem. Often your body is already giving indications that something is wrong, but the exams have not yet captured. This means that you need to be aware of the symptoms. Have you ever felt any of these changes? Greater need to urinate at night, difficulty to completely empty the bladder, feeling of pressure in the pelvic region, discomfort when urinating or after the relationship, lower than normal. If you have already noticed any of these signs, your body may be trying to alert you, and you can ignore these signs now. But what will happen when they get worse? Your life can change completely. Do not expect to reach the point of needing surgery. Do not wait until the pain is unbearable. You can act now. What you do today determines how you will be in the coming years. And here is another important fact. Your diet may be destroying your health without you realizing it. Did you know that certain foods ignite the prostate and increase the risk of future problems? Excessive sugar, ultra-processed foods, red meat in large quantities. All this may be accelerating a silent problem within you. But the good news is that you can reverse this picture with small changes, including tomatoes, pumpkin seeds, antioxidant teas, and healthy fats in your diet can help keep your prostate healthy. But the problem is that most people only find it too late. Will you wait until it's too late to change? If you have gotten here, it is because you care about your health. It's because you know you need to do something now. So don't ignore it. Declare, I have hope, if you believe there is still time to take care of your health and live better. And before closing, I want to make a request. If you know someone who needs to know this information, share this knowledge. Many people are suffering without knowing that they could have avoided it all. And you can be the person who will open someone's eyes before it's too late. Now tell me, what worries you most when it comes to prostate health? Have you ever felt any of the signs we talked about here? Write in the comments. I want to know your opinion. And now tell me, how long will you ignore the signs of your own body? Do you really believe you can put it aside and hope it never happens to you? Because here is the truth. Your body is already warning you. The problem is that many people only see this when it's too late. They think it's just a phase, which is tiredness, which is stress, which is age. But when they finally realize the severity of the situation, there is nothing more to do but deal with the consequences. And these consequences, they can be devastating. Have you ever imagined losing control over something as basic as going to the bathroom? Have you ever thought about what it is to need help to perform simple functions because your prostate no longer works as before? What would you do if one day found that a choice that could have been made before is now out of your reach? This can happen to anyone. This can happen to you. The question is, will you leave it? What most people do not understand is that the prostate has a key role, not only in their physical health, but also in their emotional. Men facing prostate problems report high levels of anxiety, depression, and even loss of self-esteem. You may not understand it now, but the way your body works directly affects the way you feel, how you relate to other people, and even the way you see yourself. Now imagine living the coming years of your life without energy, without disposal, without confidence. Imagine waking up every morning feeling something is wrong, but unable to change it. This future can be avoided, but only if you act now. Science has already shown that lack of prostatic activity can lead to serious problems such as inflammation, abnormal increase in prostate, and even a higher risk of fatal diseases. If you are over 40, you should be paying attention to it. If you have more than 50, this should already be your priority. But what if I told you that there are simple habits that can completely change this scenario? Small changes that can ensure that your prostate remains healthy for much longer. Here are 3 things you can do now to improve your prostatic health before it's late. Attention to the frequency of your ejaculation. As we have already said, keeping this activity regulated helps to avoid inflammation, eliminate toxins, and keep the prostate active. This does not mean exaggerating, but maintaining a balance that favors the healthy functioning of your body. Beware of your diet. Foods rich in antioxidants such as tomatoes, green teas, and pumpkin seeds help protect prostate cells. Avoiding ultra-processed foods, excessive sugars, and bad fats can prevent inflammation and improve your overall health. Do not ignore the signs of your body. If you already feel discomfort, pressure in the bladder region, or any change in your urine, don't expect the problem to solve yourself. Seek guidance. The sooner a problem is detected, the greater the chances of avoiding serious complications. And now, I ask you, how long will you wait? Write "I trust God" if you believe that acting can now guarantee your health in the future. Because here is something nobody tells you. Prostate problems do not appear from time to time. They are silent. They start slowly, often without pain, without visible symptoms, until one day, without warning, your body collapses. And right now, there's no way to go back. Have you ever seen someone close to go through this? Have you heard stories of people who had to deal with surgeries, painful treatments, years of suffering for something that could have been avoided with simple preventive care? Most people only realize when they are already feeling pain, when your routine has already been completely affected, when your night's sleep has already been destroyed because you need to go to the bathroom every 2 hours. And that's exactly what I want you to avoid. Because when your health is at stake, you cannot simply ignore and wait for the worst. You cannot pretend that it is not happening and wait for everything to be resolved alone. This is not a problem that disappears over time. This is a problem that only gets worse. Now imagine a future where you can live without worries, where your health is up to date, where your energy is still high, where your trust is still intact, where you can continue to enjoy your life without fear, without limitations. This future is still within your reach, but only if you take action now. Now tell me, what worries you most about your prostate health? Have you noticed some strange sign but ignored it? If so, now is the time to act. Let "I have hope" in the comments if you believe your health can improve and it's never too late to start. And if this content was useful for you, share this information with someone who also needs to know that. Because the truth is that many people are suffering without knowing that they could have avoided it all. And you can be the person who will help them see reality before it's too late. Now tell me, will you wait or will act? Now the decision is in your hands. You can ignore it all, pretend that these signs do not exist, and wait until your health forces you to take you at attitude. Or you can act now while there is still time. Because in the end, the choice will always be yours. But remember, time does not forgive those who procrastinate. With each passing day, without you taking an attitude, is a day less of quality of life, one day less of energy, a day less confident, and one more day approaching a problem that can change everything. Do you really want to take that risk? Or do you rather ensure that your health remains firm, your vitality remains strong, and your life follows without limitations? The truth is that taking care of your prostate is not just a health issue. It is a matter of dignity. It is about ensuring that you continue to own your body, owner of your independence, owner of your life. And if you have come this far, that means you have already understood the importance of this. You have already taken the first step. Now only one is missing: act. So I make you an invitation. Subscribe to the channel right now and activate notifications so as not to lose any content like this, because this may be the information that will save your health. What's more, share this video with at least 3 people. It may be someone in your family, a friend, an acquaintance, someone who, like you, needs to know that before it's too late. And before you leave, tell me in the comments, have you noticed any symptoms but never paid attention? What is your biggest doubt about prostate health? I want to know your opinion. Now click the registration button and activate the bell, because the best way to ensure that you don't fall into this silent trap is to stay informed. And here, I will continue bringing everything you need to know to live with health, confidence, and tranquility. Your health is in your hands, but time is passing. So what are you going to do now?